might as well test if this actually works. Yeah, I think we're good. Sound the game volume a little bit. If there's some audio issues, let me know, because we've made this infinitely more sophisticated than I'm used to. So the odds of something going wrong are like really, really high. Oh, that's for Adam. I'm gonna FFA. Hang on, one sec. Hang on. Wait, I need him to stay still. Hang on, wait, stay there. Stay there. There we go. Oh. Adam, you can't swear on stream. It's not morally acceptable. So, as I was saying not long ago, I haven't played this game probably in 6 months, and I don't really know what I'm doing, but it's fine because, luckily for me, I'm not playing. However, I will be here to tell everyone else how they're playing. I also haven't played on stream in a very long time, like a couple of years. Nice jump. I think I have initiative. But I don't have any stamina, so... Alright, there we go. Yeah, pull out a one-hander and you're gonna be immediately susceptible to heavies. Counter window's too small. Good. Can T-Vag... Oh, sorry, I missed the chance. Oh, we have... Okay, right, so that little jingle there is a horn, obviously. I can't see on my screen what just happened, but... Ah, right, Fisk789 has followed. Thank you, Fisk. That is much appreciated. Hang on. One sec, Zilthi. There we go. Alright, let's go here. I think we're going to start in about 5 minutes, and then we can talk a bit. In fact, while we're waiting, I might as well talk about what's actually happening today. I think most of you will know. And also, welcome to this channel. We're using the Palestra channel instead of our own, so we're going to use an official channel for this whole event, which is pretty awesome, if I say so myself. Gonna have a very professional setup this time. Now, I vaguely remember Zilthi being weak to overhead drags. If I miss another jab, I swear to God, and then my block failed. So yeah, so this is the Palestra channel. For those of you who don't know what it is, basically Palestra is like this organization which is cross-regional, so we've got people from EU, NA, I think some of the Aussies are getting involved as well. Don't know if they want to get the Asian players into. And basically, we want to expand just beyond regular small Shiv tournaments and do really big events like this one, and not just for Shiv, but also for stuff like Fiefdom, which is why Fiefdom is actually sponsoring this event. Hang on, one sec. There we go. Alright. So, if there's one thing you should never do against Magic Trash Can, is fight him with a maul. It's like the worst matchup on earth. No, I was too slow, because I did the heavy. Can't. Never fight with a maul. The dodges are too painful. But yeah, so basically this event is going to be a really big team v team v team. Sort of, those of you who remember Clan Wars, and we talked about this last week, it's basically that, but even more massive and elaborate. So, it should be really exciting. We'll go through the rules actually now. Why not? Hang on, let me go hide in the corner. Tier match. Yeah, okay, we've got 4 minutes. Let us get going. So, Alecks is here. In fact, you know what?
Yes.
Alecks can do a wonderful job of explaining what is happening.
So what shall I explain? What are they asking about now?
Here's the map, and I was about to say exactly what League Wars is, basically.
Yes. So basically, okay, it's like a territorial conquest type of scenario or league. So it's a 6-week league, and this week is the first week, and you can see the icons on the map sort of representing what's happening. So for the first 4 moves, those are the smaller actions, those are territorial actions you can see with the key on the right hand side. So the silver cross is fortifying and developing. the Armed Legion is also doing that, and so is the Paladins, whereas the Wolves, they're pillaging Fighting Pit, as you can see there, to basically nullify their points gains. So basically the goal is of this, that all those territories and those little villages, they give you a passive amount of income each turn. You might want to turn down this.
Oh, there's a reason why.
But the real action, okay, besides that, so the actual stuff that we're going to be properly showing today is the from 5 to 9 there, or more 5 to 8, I guess. So the Silver Cross, okay, that's the green team. They're attacking, or sieging rather, Dark Forest, okay? So that's just going to be a regular TO match with the Silver Cross attacking, Dark Forest obviously having to defend. And that's what the first one we're going to do is, okay? Because last week when we did the stream of the Champions Tournament, that was to decide the turn order of this. So the Silver Cross is first, as Uj won that, if you remember. Then next, okay, after that initial match, we're going to be doing a Arn Legion versus the Wolves. So that's the red versus the orange on Baldwin. So the Arn Legion is attacking Baldwin, as you can see on the icon there. Then this is the fancy shenanigans part. Both teams, the Paladins and the Wolves, are attacking the Gate of Warding Glade. Now, if you want to attack something on the other side of the gate, you have to go through the gate. So on that turn, since both teams are attacking it, they have to do a TDM, okay, on Warding Glade, and the winner gets to go forward on this turn this week and attack. So if the Wolves win that TDM on Warding Glade, we're going to go for Galencourt, and then if the Paladins win, they're going to go for Aberfell. And obviously, when you take more territory, not only do you gain a flat bonus of points, but you also gain that territory, which means each turn you're getting more points. So the cities themselves, as you can see all the maps, they give 5 points, and the capital cities, so those main big cities, they give 7. Each village, which is the very small buildings, they give 2 points, and in the forts, they don't give points, but if you want to take someone's villages without sieging them, you have to take that fort. So you do it, that's one of the smaller territorial actions. So you do a raid on it. Now this turn we've had no one doing that. Everyone's decided to be quite defensive besides the Wolves. The Wolves didn't fortify, whereas all the other teams did. The Wolves can't fortify. They can only really pillage and burn stuff down. That's part of one of their traits. So basically what each team is doing is when they fortify, not only do they double the income on that province, which is a province being a map, one of the maps, and it's
we're up in 30 seconds, but 25 seconds by the way,
but they
Alex.
also prevent a raid. So we're going to swap over now to the gameplay again. We're going to be beginning quite shortly, and I will let Swushii take it from here. Good luck.
Thank you, Alex. Alright, cheers, Alex. Yeah, so basically, that's the more sort of elaborate explanation of what's going on, but the basic premise is that every team has their own hold on, Fritz. Every team has their own faction. The goal of each faction is in essence to farm influence points. The best way to farm influence points is predominantly through attacking and capturing other teams' territories, and you can also get secondary points through territorial actions, which will let you basically, if you sort of equate it to, I guess, economy growing, or doing stuff like minor raids and things, so they're more like tactical decisions that are more to do with the board game element of it than the actual combat system which we're dealing with today. But the crux of it is you get most of your points from capturing territories, and that is exactly what we're having right now over here. So the first match, I gather, is Silver Cross against Paladins, and it'll be a Dark Forest because they want to capture it. So this will be pretty much a good sort of introduction as to how things are going to work. We'll spectate here. And the majority of these are going to be team objective matches because they're trying to capture team objective. How do I say? Try and capture team objective maps. But there'll be some exceptions. The gates will be team deathmatch, like Alex said, if they're both contested. And there is a bonus, I believe, for one of the factions to challenge people to kendos or first to tens. So that'd be pretty handy. They probably hope Fritz is on that team. For whatever reason, it's spawning me and spectating an absolute mile away from the starting objective, so I do apologise. Oh, hey, Legatus, how's it going? Good for you to join us, and shout out to Legatus, because this entire thing was his creation. So, really good job. I'm sure you're very excited to see this game in action. It's been a lot of months putting this together, I can tell you, actually. Getting the rules right and planning the teams. It was a lot of work. So, actually, what am I doing? I can just do this, can't I? And we're off. Zeki wants me to get his good side, so I'll try my best. I'm going to assume Zeki's on the spear. And away we go. So, I'm sure all of you are familiar with Dark Forest. Anyone watching this will know about this. But the gist of it is get to the end, capture the fort, and kill the Duke. But we have a long way to go because Dark Forest is a pretty linear map, and if you look at how it zooms out, it's basically one big path through this forest-esque kind of area. Got to capture a couple of gatehouses, and it'll be good. I see the Ryan with his spear, doing spear things. That there is Jazuza, Pious Pete with his Warhammer, which is a very good team objective loadout. Oh, and there's Uj with a greatsword. Actually, it's not something I see very often. Nice stab drag there. And here is the interesting name Pawn Star. Let's see. Looks like Pawn Star just got poked. There's Zeki. Alright, here's your good side, Zeki. Those of you, I'm sure, who have faced Zeki will know about his spear shenanigans. And... oh, we have another follow from... oh, hey Silencer, how's it going? Good to have you join us. Hope you enjoy the stream. We've made it all pretty for you. With the curtains and everything, so yeah, enjoy that. Oh, and another follow from RMCK21. Thank you. Yes, enjoy the show, everybody. And another follow from Kaj61. So thank you too. Alright. So, unsurprisingly, Objective 1 went down really fast. Barricade 1 pretty much never ever... oh, there's Pain from BKM. It used to be in a few clans, actually. I think it was in KRT at one point, but it's been in BKM for a while now, so he's clearly at home there. But yeah, Objective 1 tends to go down very fast. So does Objective 2, to be honest. This one rarely ever gets defended. The really tough one for the attackers comes at the gatehouse, funnily enough, which is up there. You can see it just in over the distance. Because that's really a choke point. It's just whoever can get the most bodies on the objective, so if the defending team's better, they're just like a TDM perspective, they're probably going to win. Here's our GOAT Anchor, one of the best team objective players in the entire world. Like, we say this quite often, and I kind of agree, but when it comes to all three game modes, like LTS, team objective and duels, Anchor's probably the strongest on average between all three. It's really, really good. And using a heavy mace, which is a very powerful weapon even in team objective. It's not just a duelist weapon, I can assure you. Basically deletes knights with heavy overheads. Thanks for the follow, CKRDET Twitch TV. Thank you. Let's see him go. Progress is actually relatively slow, to be fair. You're going to find this is actually the case where if you're used to... how do I put it? If you're used to public matches, often, especially on this map, progress is really, really fast for attackers, and normally is really grossly one-sided, to be honest. It's not really that fun for the defenders half the time, in my opinion, but when you have situations like this, especially in comp matches, defense seems to have a better representation of themselves than they would in public matches, because I have this theory that it's all to do with coordination. So when you're an attacker, everyone knows the objective and they can just run towards it. So you don't really need to have any coordination to move fairly cohesively. But when it comes to defense, you need to be a lot more coordinated because you need to know when to go in together and how to hold the line. There isn't a definitive objective. So when you have people in comms, like they will be here because they're taking it seriously, they'll be a lot more effective. And it kind of shows because you'll probably get a lot more defense successes than you might expect if you're not used to seeing competitive Shiv. You can't see the objective bar at all or any info because of the banner. That's a really good point, actually. Didn't occur to us. I'm loath to take it off or move it down because it will block a lot of the screen. Give me a second though, I'll see what I can do. If I do that, and I do that, it's not perfect, but It's something. How's that? The timer's enough. Yeah, I think the timer's fine. You will play Shiv. You know what the objectives are. But yeah, the timer is a fair point. And again, there's not really been... They moved a little bit, but honestly, I think the time is a bit tight on their side because we have 3 minutes to go and they're not even halfway to the gate. Now, that doesn't mean that... I mean, actually, they've barely made any progress. One thing I will point out when it comes to this objective and most of the ones in Dark Forest is that if they can progress past a certain point, the spawn of the defenders actually moves backwards and then moving forward actually gets easier. But they do have to get past that tipping point, so to speak, and so far I don't think they're there. So we'll see how it goes. What a gamble. That's disgusting. Ryan, very good on Spear, I'm sure, as a lot of the Americans are, but he is on a high ping, so he's going to maybe have a rough time sometimes. Oh dear. Poor Pious Pete. He got destroyed. It's 2v1. That's another thing as well, you'll probably find, so it's going to be quite a different experience to when you... I know a lot of you are going to be top level TO players, and in public lobbies you'll get used to seeing the odd very good player just demolishing half the team. That doesn't really happen in competitive TO because everyone's really good. And it's always kind of ironic that the highest level of team objective looks really ordinary. Even more so than maybe regular TO because of this, where every player neutralizes themselves or neutralizes each other. Ah, looks like them. Okay, it looks like they'll be fine. Spawn point got pushed back, and you can see that they're now spawning from the wall. So, yeah, this is going to be pretty safe for them. But yeah, just because everyone's kind of negating each other, you'll often find that a lot of players don't ever get better than a 1-to-1 KD. There's a nice wall horn by Anchor. I'm sure that'll be much appreciated. Alright, looks like they're safe for objective 1, but probably would be a little bit concerning how long they got held up at the start there, because objective 2 is much harder. And if I was them, I would try and swarm that quickly, although they do have to do it as a unit. Looks like Fritz is thinking ahead, and he's trying to hold the point. So players like Fritz are really valuable for this because obviously he's arguably the best duelist in the whole game. So there's a lot of benefit in those sort of choke point style elements where there's not much movement to have a really good mechanical player. And this is what we're talking about though, to be fair. Fritz may be the best player, but when it comes to 2v1s and this sort of game mode, it gets negated so easily that he can die really fast. So, jumping spear, disgusting. Oh look, Battle of the Spears. Battle of the Jumping Spears. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, it's not going to be that easy. Like, you're not going to see many superhero antics. And funnily enough, actually, the best team objective players in competitive mode are not the best duelists. The skill set is transferable, especially from duels to team objective, but they're too far apart where most people can be the very best at one or the other. So Anchor's probably an exception. I know that Gingy, One-Eyed are very good at both. But when we're talking about top-level duelists, besides Anchor, there aren't that many who are actually even into team objective. So far, though, they're doing a good job holding. And this is very clever here. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this strat, but when you have stuff like choke points with the ladders, put a fire pot down, and there's pretty much nowhere to get up without setting yourself on fire. So disarm there from Anchor. The Catholic Badger. I love these names. What's your bet, team? Yeah, that's to be fair. If I knew how to do a poll, I would, but I don't. So I'm sorry. Just tell me in chat. Things I can actually think about for the next stream. Alright, so far, not many inroads. There's still time on their side, but this is kind of what I suspected might happen, where it's really hard to get that push. And one thing that you don't want to fall into a trap of is trickling in. Like, take, for example, I mean, I don't know how he got there, but he's never going to win. Or this guy, because he ran in first with no support, and he's going to get instantly killed. So there's no actual net contribution there. It's more effective to clump up and then go at once, and just hope that you do better in that engagement. But if you trickle in, again, that's the advantage for defense here. They can just sort of stay put, but the attackers have to be a bit more coordinated, and as such, so far, they're not having much success. A big push on the right. So let's see if they can push their way in as well. There we go. There's a bit more success, and it looks like they actually have the gatehouse now, so they did eventually manage to push him back. As you can see, it's absolute chaos. The attacking team will win 100% of the time. That's an interesting take. Hey, Tivol. I don't think that's the case. Like I was saying, you'll probably be surprised how many defense successes there are here, especially if the team is actually better and they've got the gatehouse. That was a very fast flip. It's interesting how quickly it tips. And on to objective 3. 4, sorry, 4. Objective 4 is basically a repeat of objective 2. Nice little teabag there from Stygo. Love to see it. And on we trot. So, the next objective is to push this cart onto the barricade. This one tends to, even though it's superficially the same as objective 2, this one tends to actually be harder for the attackers. Just, I think, normally towards the very end, as you get to the choke point on the bridge, it can get very difficult to get that final push. So we'll see if they pull it off. Expect to see a lot of fire pots when we get to that point. What a ballista shot. Oh boy, who was that? Oh, it was Adam. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Have a look at this guy. Oh. I'm sure that he will get teabagged heavily as soon as he's killed. Oh, you mean here? Yeah, fair enough. Well, you were right then, because they got through. Defense are honestly doing okay. And this is something about Dark Forest, which is actually even more true in competitive matches than in public matches. The hardest objective for Dark Forest are the last two. For attackers. And it's not even close. And a very well-coordinated defensive team for the last objective with the Duke basically never loses. And there's a few reasons for this. The main one being that you can actually feed him chicken from the table next to him, which means he can keep healing indefinitely, which is kind of scummy, but, you know, it's in the game. And the other thing is the penultimate objective. There's the catapults, which are by far the easiest way to, or the most reliable way to break down the gate. And if someone uses the ballista on the wall to break those catapults, you basically can lock them down and keep them from actually getting any breaks. If that happens, they basically have to use the petards, the explosives on the gate, and walk them manually, and against a really good player, they're just going to kill you before you get there, so you have to be... Oh, another one. I love these ballista shots. So it's a tough couple of objectives. I don't know if they'll pull it off, but we'll see. It's doable, I've seen it happen, but... there is a strat, which I'm going to assume is banned, where you can actually insta-kill the Duke out of spawn. I'm not going to say how it's done, but it's pretty gross. Alright, they're making movement, and it's around this point that, again, the spawn point of defense pushes back behind this wall, and they'll make a big sort of jump here in progress. Alright. Rest in peace, Anko. Okay, it looks like they've abandoned the ballista, and someone's taken one for the attackers from behind. And this is really the hardest part of this objective. This choke point is nasty on that bridge. Oh, I've got an archer here. Who's that? Zeta. Oh, thanks for the follow, by the way, Tearful, and Alaric the Arcane. Thank you very much. Again, this is not obviously my channel. It's the official Palestra one, who are the organisers of this event. So yeah, shout out to them. And this will be the channel we use going forward. It's got this whole fancy setup and everything, as you can see. But yeah, the banner needs some adjusting because, as Silky pointed out, you can't see the timers, which I'm sure you'll care a lot about. Actually, something I want your feedback on is, do you care about the kill feed? Because the Americans did, apparently, and they didn't like the banner being blocked. Blocking it, I should say, so... I didn't think EU players would care as much, but if you do like it, then let me know and we can maybe adjust the banner. Okay, looks like we might be about to get some progress. That's an interesting placement of... Oh, he went for the special, but it missed. Look at Anchor go. He's trying to make a deep run, and that's really, really good. Like, that's the kind of thing that will... You know, push a couple of enemies back, and then suddenly you have the most bodies on the objective. I gather the way this thing moves forward is if this, I think like an invisible bubble, shall we say, like coated around this part here, and whoever has the most players on it will determine if it moves forward or not. That tends to be how most of the convoy objectives work in this game. Okay, Mason's doing a nice push here, and I think, yeah, they're about to go. Watch the convoy slowly trickle down to the end. And Agatha needs to get back on here really fast. There's a good fire pot. Otherwise they're going to lose this instantly, and it looks like there's a very ill-timed spawn because they don't have time to get back and save this, so it looks like they've got objective 4. Keep the kill feed. Alright, we'll do. It's just about whether or not I move the banner so it doesn't hide it. We might need to change what the banner looks like, is what I'm saying. Okay. And on to the next objective. This one is generally pretty free, and you'll see why. I mean, you probably know why. Burning the barricades requires you to throw a torch at them, and you can throw them literally from like 30 meters away. So if someone has good aim, you can't stop them burning the barricade. And it's a huge target as well, it's not even that hard to hit. You don't think is that important? Yeah, fair enough. No, it's what I suspected. Like, I didn't think it was going to be as big a deal. Maybe for LTS or smaller teams, people might be more invested. Oh, a nice maul, love to see it. Oh. Oh no. Let's put him out of his misery already. Yeah, as you can see, it's not about pushing the convoy here, it'll move. But there's your objective, and as you can see, one's down already, there's 2, and you can't even block it, so they just have to throw torches on these, and we'll be clear to the real challenge for the attackers. Okay, looks like Agatha's actually got this part though, but what they really need to do is cover the flanks. Because there's only so much to be benefited from holding this area, but the problem is the torches are here, here, and off to the sides. And yeah, One-Eye's got the right idea. He doesn't need to fight. He just needs to get through and get one good throw. Yeah, and he's... There you go, that's exactly how you're meant to do it. And it doesn't matter if he dies. He's got his value's worth, and he's actually finished the objective off, so really well played there by One-Eyed. He's... Oh no, he's brought a torch a bit late to the party, but good attempt. Yeah, that was really well played. Is it only a tier event today? I think we have one team deathmatch, because there's a gate up for contention. So, as Alecks was, in case you missed it, Alecks was explaining, you can show the map later, there's the standard sieges of maps, which we are seeing now, but there's also gates. And gates basically act as they're like launch pads. They're basically a mix of a sort of a base and a launch pad to attack. So if you can capture a gate and no one disputes it, you can immediately attack an adjacent objective. And if you hold the gate, you also have control over access through that gate, and as you'll see on the map, the gates actually divide the map, so holding gates is really important. However, if 2 teams try and take a gate at the same time, then it has to be settled through a team TDM. And the Warden Glade gate is up for dispute, so whoever wins that today will then get to do another team objective match. That'd be quite good. Alright, so, objective here, this gate. They have to break through, and as you can see, for reasons unbeknownst to anyone with any ounce of logic, the Agathians have put a nice little launch pad where they can put their explosives, which will allow the Masons to blow it up. So yeah, interesting defensive design there. But yeah, they have to basically take these petards, there might be some back here as well, and put them on the gates and they'll blow it up. But the other way you can do it is if you use these catapults over here. So these can actually damage the gate, and it's actually a lot more reliable because it's hard to stop them doing this because it's, you know, so close to the attacker's spawn. So how do you stop this? Well, there's a couple of ways. The main one is they have their own catapult which can destroy theirs, and there's also this ballista up here, and I'm kind of waiting for someone to use it because this is the easiest way to destroy the catapults, and it's on their wall so it can't be stopped, and the most effective way to defend this objective I've seen is just to lock down the catapults. Oh no, rest in peace. So I expect a lot of catapult wars here, and as you can see, yeah, they understand the risk, they're trying to break it. And the question is, will they stop them? Oh, he tried to throw a rock at him and he missed. It would be a good time as well to see some engineers, because heavy mace for all its strength is absolutely rubbish at breaking objectives. It does like no damage, and it's quite slow. Here is One-Eyed with his pole hammer. Let's see how this goes. Oh, we've got a 2v1. It's really good. He's holding out quite nicely here. That's KRT Hedgehog. KRT, very good team objective clan. But it was 2v1 was too much to ask. So the gate's going down fairly steadily, so it's not been much. Oh dear, that's not what you want to see from the defenders. He's running completely uncontested. They're so preoccupied by the by the catapults that they're sort of just sneaking through. Okay, looks like they run it now. Let's see. Alright, that's not being disputed. Still, oh, someone's on the ballista. Yeah, there you go. But he's not aiming for the catapult, so... Yeah. 2 TO matches and 2 team death matches. Yeah, that's right. Cheers, cheers, Gingy. Gingy will know better than I. He's actually taking part, so... Okay, looks like this gate is pretty much a goner, so we can move on to the Duke fairly shortly. It looks like the Masons have pretty much dominated this this area at this point, so I don't think there's going to be any stopping them. There's actually one explosive there, so if a Mason spots it, they can just pick it up. And no, it's down. Okay, and on we go. Let's see who's going to be the. Okay, I think Payne or Zeki are going to be the Duke. Let's try and find him. Ah, I can't get in. So, the objective here for the defenders is basically surround the Duke with barricades if engineers are available, spike traps, and just form an iron wall around him, give him a shield, and hope he stays alive. And the attacker's job is to bombard him with fire pots, try and sneak around the back and kill him before the defenders have a chance to compose themselves. So it's best to try and blitz this early, in my opinion. And of course, you can also feed the Duke. You can give him some turkey. Nice. That's always good to go for. The first thing I think you should do when you're a Duke is destroy those chandeliers, because they're only ever going to hurt you if they're remaining to be used by the Masons. Okay, let's see if we see any fire pots here. This would be a good opportunity. It's going to fight their way through. Nice tackle. Oh, but he couldn't finish it. Oh, but he got him in the end. Oh, his magic trash can's got a longsword. I'm not sure I've ever seen him use anything other than a Danax, so he's doing pretty well actually, to be fair. He's getting a couple of kills. But, and for those of you who don't know, different weapons have different dodge lengths, and magic loves his dodges, but the longsword has a very short dodge. Oof. There's Ezrin with his spear. Oh, EZ Ryan, sorry. I'm not too familiar with the NA players, but I've gathered a few of them invented, which is nice. There's a fire pot, and this is a nice move. Basically cuts off this choke point entirely, so they'll have to come in another way. Where is the Duke, though? That's the question. And yet, they're the barricades, and here he is. So, you can go about this different ways. You can try and swarm them all at once. You can try and have someone sneak around, get like a couple of hits to get some chip damage. The Duke actually moving fairly far forward, which is not something you often see. Zeki will know what he's doing. He's a TO specialist, so you can trust him to... In fact, I'm not actually surprised that Payne passed it on to him to hold, because Payne is very much a duelist player, I understand, so Zeki will understand probably the strategy behind this objective the best. But let's see if they go for the turkey over here. You can basically just pass it to him and he can eat and then just keep his health topped up, which is really broken in my opinion, but it's what makes this objective so hard. And they got 3 minutes to go. Okay, so they've got a good wave here, so let's see if they can make a big push. But again, all these barricades is pretty tricky. They've done a very good job here, basically. And this stagger formation is brilliant because it actually makes it... I think it makes it even harder to get past than if it was just a straight line, so that's actually quite clever. A little checkerboard formation there. Where's our Duke gone, actually? Oh, it's there. Oh, and he's picked up a spear, of course he has. Oh, Zeki. Even as a VIP. And yeah, as you can see, they're just... You have to stay with your man. You see it sometimes in public matches where they'll just leave the Duke alone, he just gets killed instantly, which is always, yeah, A bit rough for them. Alright. Let's see if they can push through here, but again, as you can see, they're struggling to make much inroads. And say, even if the odd person gets through, that's just not really going to cut it. That's a good attempt at a fire pot there. Just missed the VIP. But fire pots really are the name of the game, in my opinion. It's not just that they hurt the Duke, but they also scatter the people around him, and it forces them out of position. Okay, there's the Duke. He's going forward. Let's see if they can actually do anything about it. Yeah, and it's very clever by Zeki using the spear because it lets him keep distance, so it's hard for people to pin him down. And he's staying mobile as well. He's not letting them focus in on one location, so it's sort of throwing them off balance. 1 minute 30 to go. Looks like this may be a little bit too tight for the attackers to take, unless they get a really good push. And right now, they're not really able to get any inroads. So the Duke just hiding safely in the back. And they're actually pushing back on the Agathian side, so it's looking pretty rough. And the Duke's healed up, so yeah, this may be GG, unfortunately, for Red. That's nice there, but still need to find that Duke. LJZ de la Vegas. Thank you for the follow. You have come at a good time. Oh, hang on. Well, maybe I spoke too soon because the Duke just took a ton of damage. Not even sure where he is at this point, to be fair. Try and find him, but he is pretty badly hurt. He's not there. Oh, there he is. Okay, he's got 20 seconds. And here comes Gloom with a really big push. Let's see if they can... This is now or never, basically. They've got 10 seconds left. I think he has just about escaped. Because, yeah. Nah, it's over. GG. It was a good attempt, to be fair, but like I said, it's not an easy objective. And, yeah, that'll be it. Well played. Really close, but as I was saying, this map is pretty easy for attackers. Right until the end, and then it can be one of the hardest maps to win of any of them, actually. That's a pretty good start. And now we can transition to the next map. Huh. It says there's no game to capture. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Okay, so we're in Juilliard now. Where's the banner? Juilliard. Like that. There we go. If I do that, then you can see the timer again, hopefully. There we go. Alright, so these are our competitors this time, Iron Legion and Wolves. We will see more of the other teams. People are going to be playing twice in these sorts of things. Which match you're casting now? Or Iron Legion and Wolves? I don't know. Are you one of those two? If you are, then yes. Basically. I'm casting them all because I think they're all happening at once. So you'll have your chance to shine in the spotlight. Don't you worry. I'm gonna go FFA someone. Where are you, Adam? Where are you, Adam? I'm coming for you. It's such a Shiv thing. As soon as you endure, are they going to start dueling and flourishing? the compulsion just takes over, right? I know the feeling. FFA Legions. Okay. I'll try and find him. Hang on, hang on. I don't see him. I can't see him, I'm sorry. I'll have a look. Unless he's got a different name, in which case. No. Sorry, I don't see him. If I do, no recap analytics. Silence, you expect way too much of me. Analytics, to be fair, I didn't actually see the kill ratio, but honestly, it's really hard to quantify. I know you're kidding, but I'm trying to even think what would even be meaningful. Total kills on either side can be quite a good indicator. Time taken per objective as well. But ultimately, the problem, well, not a problem per se, but the quirk of this sort of format in a game is that because technically the attackers have to win every single objective, the defenders only have to win one. And oh, there he is. So what it means is that basically the attackers can be absolutely flawless for 98% of the match and then still lose. So sometimes statistics can be quite misleading in that respect. Can I have a look? Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll look at who's the MVP of each match, because that'll be interesting to see. That's a fair point. Let's go into spectate. I think they're just gathering the players up because there's quite a few of them. Check DMs, no problem. Oh, right. Okay, I will be back. Apparently we are moving servers, so be right back shortly. Okay. Turns out we were on another map. That explains it. Wish I'd known earlier. It's fine. Okay, so next I've got Iron Legion against the Wolves on Bodeman. Okay, so actually this is an interesting one in the sense that we can talk about Tanoja maps. So even though we've got one team obviously that's on Tanoja, they're not technically Tanoja. We've got two Agatha teams and two Mason teams, quote unquote. Tanoja maps are neutral, but it does mean that you can contest them and capture them, and they give some interesting quirks. Oh, nice drag. For example, you can oh, bruh. You get advantage to I think spy perks, which basically let you see opposing teams' actions. So they're quite nice to hold, and they'll probably be heavily contested. But they actually they serve as sort of unoccupied territories that you can capture. So these two are going to contest it here. So good use of the heavy slashes with the battle axe there. Oh, nice kick! You see how he crouched there and looked away? That's a very good way of disguising it, and kicks can be quite... Okay, cool. Alright, we're not actually starting yet, which is good. You can see the whole thing from the beginning. Guess they're just warming up. Play-by-play highlights. It's funny you mentioned that, Silencer, because I think that the end intention is to set things up so that there's a third-party camera person, and the streamer actually won't have to control the camera. And that way we can have multiple people sort of analysing the same footage at the same time while commentating. That'd be really nice, but that would require some finagling, which is going to be left to people who are more tech-savvy than I. Looks like we have a couple of follows. Thank you, Dylan, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. You were just in time to see the next match. Ah, it's palm trees. It's palm trees. My G. Shout out to Palm. Officially the best chef in Chivalry 2. And he's trash talking in chat. Yeah, that sounds about right. You wanna know what the commentary was for your fight? It was commentary of your fight. It was. Do you mean our duel or the match? I don't know if I actually was streaming when we were dueling, so. Look, if I ever get drunk enough, I'll stream myself in a duel yard. I'll come out of Shiv retirement because I don't actually play this game anymore. I just commentate stuff, truth be told. But and I love to do it, but yeah, I haven't actually played this game seriously in about 6 months. I just like to watch other fabulous players do their thing. Yeah, Alex, that's because viewers wanted to see the timer and it was blocking the time on the objectives. So I'll have to make do. Oh, your team match. Yeah, it was good. I mean, he had a very good match. It was about as close as it can get, to be honest. So yeah, it was a really good start. Everyone played really well. Very high quality match in my opinion. Alright, looks like we are ready to go. A bit one-sided with the teams, so hopefully they get that sorted soon. You notice as well, like actually the clans, these are not dictated by clan, so there was a drafting for these teams where there was a pool of players and then they got drafted into each team by the team captains. So you're actually going to see a mix up in the teams. So it's quite good in that way that we're not divided by clans, which I know we're used to and a lot of us like to see, but this way hopefully be good for balance and also to let people play with other people they're not used to. Oh dear, I'm not supposed to be playing, I'm not supposed to be playing. Get me out of there. No, don't worry about Dylan. Like, ultimately, I'm going to be honest with you, the reason we do the drafting is just to make sure that the teams are fair. And to add an element of strategy to it, but ultimately, it's not gonna... It's not the centerpiece of the... how do we say? Of the event, you know. This is. So... The way we've designed it is where the captains can worry about the strategic elements, and all the players have to do is show up and try their best. And everything will go just fine. We don't want to have everyone needing to overthink this, do we? People just want to play after all. And off we go. So, objective of this one, I'm sure again you're all very familiar. You have to play as Tenosia, break the walls, capture the town, and then break down the ridiculously massive wall at the other end. With cannons. This was actually one of the, I'll say Tenosia was added with the Steam launch of the game, and say this is one of the, I think 3 maps they added. It was Bodwin, Ascandir, and I think Hippodrome. And right now the Masons are absolutely swarming on everyone who seems to come through. Oof, poor Plump. And this is sneaky. You can see they were so busy swarming the left side. These guys were just hiding completely, and this is why Team Objective is more than just about mechanical skill, and the strategic element comes into play in the coordination. It is a team mode. I've seen this more than once where a team is so fixated on one part of the objective that the other one guy will just carry the rest of the objective on the other side because no one's there to stop him. You only need one person undisputed to move an objective, so you need eyes in all places when you're doing this. And Gingy is probably one of the sneakiest. Oh, never mind. Dude he got shot so hard he vanished. So hard he just got killed. But yeah, Gingy's notoriously sneaky when it comes to that kind of thing. And so see, an army of pickaxes seem to be trying to sneak through. It's a good job there from the ballista. He understands that he needs to cover that area, so really well played. Oh, thanks, Dylan. Appreciate it. Hey, Lab, how's it going? Yeah, we are underway. So this is all going to be inevitable teething issues and trying to find the ropes, but so far things are going okay, actually. It's quite nice. Ooh, double heavy. Ah, look who it is, Lucy Shade. That's a name I haven't seen in a while. Shout out to Lucy Shade. I don't know if she still streams, but she was one of the biggest sort of EU Shiv streamers out there. I think also she does like artwork. I think she draws on her channel. She's a very good artist. So yeah, if she still streams, check it out. If someone in the chat has any links for anyone's Twitch channel, by the way, feel free to post them. Oof. He did not care. Or she did not care that she set herself on fire. They got no time for that. It's a little duel in the background. Oh, a nice feint. Oh, a nice dodge. Oh, but he got gambled. Rip. Alright, so now it looks like the left side is making some good progress. And, yeah, this is where the thick of it's going. Looks like Tenoja's doing a big push on the left-hand side. We'll see. They're coming through, but the spawn wasn't too generous for them, and there's not that many of them, so I don't know if this will be enough. I don't think it will be. And here comes Palm. Ooh, he dodged it. Palm with his trademark ambusher throwing knife playstyle. He is absolutely horrible to fight against when he uses these. He's just so good at sniping off weak targets with the knives. Very good aim. He's a crafty player. Oh yeah, well done, Gingy. And clip whatever you want as well. If you see anything particularly hilarious that happens, I'm sure we'll have lots of incidences of that. That's what this game is all about. Oh, Forsaken Archer, yeah, cheers. Nice. And that actually takes us neatly to Objective 2, which is to destroy the siege weapons. So 1, 2, 3... See a couple over there and one at the end, and the Masons have to break them. So, no, sorry, the Trojans have to break them. This is another objective that's actually pretty hard, and that's sort of the trend you'll see. The choke point objectives tend to be the hardest for attackers, and because the only way up there is with these ramps, it's very easy to defend them. You can use barricades, you can use fire pots. And you'll see in a lot of public matches, the match tends to end here, actually, of all places, so be interested to see how they do. That said, though, the attackers have a lot of pickaxes, so you can expect them to be able to tear down those objectives pretty fast. There's our boy Alecks. Shout out to Alecks, he's the one running this entire event, along with Legatus, so it's good to see he's playing as well. Oh, let's try him, but he got flanked. It's hard to... If a good player knows what they're doing in a sort of multiple XV1 situation, they can just sneak behind the shoulder of the guy as he's preoccupied and you can't defend yourself. It's very hard to 1vx against top level TO players. Alright, here comes Plump with his spear. Oof, that was close. As you can see, yeah, they're waiting for him because they know where they're going to come from. It's hard to be sneaky in that regard. Am I seeing this right? Is that possible? What am I... Sassy? Oh, you cheeky bastard. Look at that. I did not know you could do that. He's completely undermined me, saying, oh, you have to go through the choke points, and then he just walks along the edge of the map, which I didn't even think had a nav mesh, or whatever you call it, or a sort of hit zone. Well, I guess that's one way to do it. I will shout out anyone who gets wrecked. It's got to be done. Especially if they die in a hilarious or particularly violent way. Sassy doing some good work here against the spear. Is that Zeki? No, it can't be. It was Steve. Oh, it's LK Steve. So let's see. Speaking of which, let's see. Yeah, there he is. So, Sassy doing well, but if you see LK Steve, I understand is probably the best team objective player in the game. Even in competitive matches, he is always winning. He makes the scores he gets in competitive matches. You'd think he was in casual public matches because he wins by such stupid amounts of points. He's absolutely crazy good. He's very good with pole arms. If we can see him again, I'll try and keep an eye on him. But yeah, he is absolutely lethal. Got to give props to the team for actually getting hold of him. He's a very good draft. Okay, looks like there's a lot going on here, and it looks like this is going to go down shortly. If you can get into combat around these objectives, that's kind of all you need, because you can just hit them with the sort of collateral swings when you're in combat, but you just have to get there. And it looks like actually they've done a really good job of breaking these, better than I expected. And there's only one left, so I suspect that this is going to go down very shortly. See the pickaxe coming in. If you ever want to break an objective, use a pickaxe. Because it doesn't have the highest damage per attack of the engineer weapons, but it does have the highest DPS. Because its attack combo speed is the fastest. Relative to its damage. So it's definitely the way to go. It's also actually surprisingly good in fighting. Sassy going for a special. Oh, nearly. Good attempt. Right idea. And let's see how they're going to do it on here. So they have to... This is very similar to the Dark Forest gatehouse objective, where basically whoever gets the most bodies on here will win. So it's a pretty good test of just which team is better. Because there's not much strategy. There's Steve. Okay. Let's see how he does. Well, as he comes in anyway. Oh, look at that. Is that a siege crossbow? Nasty. Won't pretend I love that weapon, but... There he is, okay. I've kind of always wanted to see how he does so well, because I've never actually seen him play. All I've been told is that he's absolutely goated, so... Well... Caster's curse right there. Sorry. A lot of spears, a lot of polearms, and to be honest, this is actually meta. Range is king when you're doing 1vx, and there's no weapons with better range than the spears and the polearms, so it makes a lot of sense. If you try and use regular or shorter weapons, you're going to have such a difficult time fighting, keeping the enemy out of your out of a danger zone, so to speak. They can swarm you and surround you, but if you have a longer weapon, it's easier to keep shouting out Steve. I actually want to see... I keep asking why he's so good, and I've never actually seen him play, so I wanted to see what's up. This is an absolute mosh pit over here. A lot of kills. So far, a bit of progress being made by the Tenosians, so if they keep this up, they'll get the objective. But there's a good fight being put up here, and as you can see, the meter can go back down. So they have to keep the pressure up, and yeah, as you can see, the Masons. So expected a lot of momentum shifts like this in these objectives as the spawn waves come in at staggered intervals. Go for tackle, doesn't quite land it. Oh, it's Sun God. Okay, so I've heard that Sun God is actually one of the... Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I've been told heard he's one of the best TO players in NA. So, hang on. Oh, look at that. That's disgusting. Goat. Shooting a siege crossbow from the carpets. So yeah, it's good to see some really high-level NA players actually doing this. It's nice. And of course, like I said, Palestra is not just an EU organization. They're also doing NA events. This is actually the first event we're doing in EU with Palestra, so the NA players will be very familiar as well. I'm sure a lot of them are watching now. Right, looks like the Tenosians actually, after what was initially a pretty good push, have actually fallen right back, and they really need to get back on this, otherwise they're not going to even get past objective 3. And the Masons absolutely swarming this. How are the scores going? Oh, Mali is doing really well. I do actually see a numbers imbalance here, so it'd be interesting to see. Okay, there we go. Look at kills as well. The Masons have a lot more than the Tenosians, which is usually a very bad sign for the attackers. So it doesn't bode well, and the objective after this is even harder. It's another sort of TDM style objective. So yeah, unless the Tenosians come up with something pretty fast here, I'm going to say it's going to be over pretty quickly. And of course, when we get to around the 40-second mark, there won't be enough time to capture it anyway, and it will just be GG. Yeah, NA players mixed with EU players. We tolerate, you know? We tolerate them. They're acceptable. Nah, it's good to have them here. Like, it's nice, especially the ones who are on the East Coast. The ping is playable. It's not the best, but it is playable. So, especially in Team Objective, where it's not as important to have, you know, low ping for combat advantage, it's good. They can actually still be very effective. I think that's GG, guys. I don't see how they're going to be able to get the objective, and it looks like it's over at objective 3, so really impressive there from... Oh, actually, it's a good question. I don't even know which one's the... Well, I can tell you. The Masons have... I'll make sure I get the teams right before I start saying anything wrong. But yeah, I'm afraid that's it, I'm afraid. So, well played by both teams, but this one was kind of over pretty quickly. Alright, so the Wolves. The Wolves are the Masons, so well played to them. Looks like they got this, and yeah, GG. Well played. It's a tough match. Tough map to attack, to be fair. One of the harder ones, so... But I think the better team won there for sure. Have a look at the kills. I mean, yeah, there's over 50% more kills from the Masons. So I suppose it's not really that kind of came out the way you'd expect. We well played. Looks like we're going to go on to our final match. Although I don't know if we're going to move servers again. Let's see if Alecks will tell me where we're headed. So what? While that's all being resolved, I will do a BRB and we will pick up in a few minutes, hopefully. Alrighty, I think I should have my audio. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well, here's the map. Might as well just have a look at this while we're waiting for the details of the next server. Next server. I'm sure Alecks will let me know shortly. I think what we're doing is we're jumping between servers and setting one up as the other is happening with a match. And... Makes sense. Palm! Hello, Palm. Well played. That was a really good job. I saw you with your cheeky knives. Cheeky dagger. You did England proud there, I gotta say. Okay, looks like Russ is starting up server 3. You tell him, Palm. Thank you for the follow, by the way. So, the next match, I believe, is... If you can look here, Area 7, Gate of Wardenglade. This is the gate. And when I was talking about how gates are strategically really important, you can clearly see why. It just cuts the map in half. As does the gate on the right-hand side. It cuts that island in half. So controlling this gate basically controls access to the rest of the map. And, like I said, if there's two teams trying to dispute one, then there's a team deathmatch to determine who wins, and whoever wins that team deathmatch will then get to. So one team's trying to cross from one side, the other team's trying to cross the other way, and I believe it goes if one team wins, they'll attack Galencourt. If the other team wins, they'll go south and attack Aberfell. That's how Alex explained it to me. So, be interesting to see. Oh, it's just a follow Howl, I missed that. And Kemi T. So, try and keep an eye on these, but it's we don't have the notification for it to appear on my. Well, I can't see it on my game, basically. I'll try my best. Sorry about that. So the next one is Wolves against Paladins. So I guess we've got, yeah, both teams have competed already. So it's a pretty long haul for them. See if they keep the energy up. And then they'll have to do another match if they win. So yeah, be interesting. But I think the takeaway so far has been that, let's say there hasn't been. I mean, it's 2 defense wins, isn't it? That's probably the main thing I'd say I'd take away from this so far is that there's been no successful attacks, and I was saying competitive TO is more more difficult, more effective in defense than in public matches, and I mean you see it right there. So it'll be interesting because it does tell us that it's less likely that a team is just going to sweep and cover the entire map. We'll probably be looking at a maybe more defensive game if things turn out this way for the remaining 6 weeks. If anyone has any questions, by the way, because I know there's a lot of rules going on here, so if anyone is not sure of how anything works, please let me know, because so I'll try and cover everything, but I'm not entirely sure what people want to know in particular. There's a lot of details, and I try not to bore everyone with everything. There is a rule book as well, which it's kind of long. Again, I don't know if you'd want to read it, especially. But in the meantime, we wait. I think Russ just needs to set up the server. Should we take a few minutes, and then we can start bringing people in. In the meantime, let's see if we can find something to keep you entertained. So anything... Well, here, you can watch this. Shout out to the Chad TO server. So if you're in EU and you don't know what this is, basically there is a server which just runs team objective where all the best players go. And well, there's a lot of bots in this one. It's not very full right now, but yeah, if you ever want to get into some really hardcore team objective and you're not able to do comp, this is definitely the server for you if you're in EU or NA even. Go check it out. Let me adjust the banner on this one. But yeah, this is really where the best TO players tend to hang out, so give it a try. Oh, there we go.
Escape from Fallmire.
If this takes much longer, by the way, I'll let you guys duel me. How about that? I know everyone likes to duel the streamer, so indulge you. I'll be rubbish, but you still hopefully be something to keep you entertained. Let's see. Any update on the server? Not yet. Actually, you know what? I'll just play. Yeah, Alex, I don't know what server we're in. I need the password. Give me the password and I'll hop in. Thank you. Alright. Do we have a server?
Duel yard.
Alright, here we go. Yeah, cheers, Palm. No, so the banner, Alex, basically, the banner's covering the objective timer countdown, so the players can't see how much time's left on the objective, so someone asked to move it, so we'll do that. Well, I think it's best that we actually shrink the banner next time, because players want to see the timer. That's why I shifted it up, so they could see. Yeah, we'll do that. I guess we can. The UI kind of actually covers a huge chunk of the top of the screen, so we'll do something about it, yeah, for sure. It doesn't matter for like duel tournaments and stuff, but for stuff like this, if players want to see that kind of thing, it's fair enough. I understand. Yeah, I was thinking top left. We could do top left for sure. Alrighty, looks like they're setting up. We seem to have most of our players actually, so I guess they've played already, so they'll be around. Oh, hello, Schmoser. Alright, let's go. Okay. Highland against Maul is actually kind of painful. This could be very difficult, especially with Schmoser being very good with a Highland sword. Let's see if I can... Oh, no. No. Oh no, I tried to get the gamble with the jab and he was too fast for me. Yes. Smoger's got pretty good, I say. He is only countering though, so maybe we can get something here. No! Sugar babies, I missed. Should I try to drag that? Don't know if I'll ever be able to drag that weapon. It is fast. Not faster, it's got a big counter window. It is the opposite of fast. Oh, I went for it. Oh, he got the hit. There's the secret buff of the Highland sword. You can get extra stun by hitting random spectators. There we go. Good dodge. Good win made distance. There we go. Oh, back it. Very nice. There we go. I want to see if I can get a... Nope. Oh, he went for the special. I did see it though. It's got very nice spins actually. Sort of using the... Yeah, it's good good moves. Okay, I'm gonna go for this. Nope. Nope. Man, he's a little counter machine. I can't do anything. Oh dear. I really hope this ends before the timer runs out. Jump. There we go. There we go. Missed. Okay, let's see. Ah, he got me. I missed again. Well played. Well played. Ah, Lucy Shade. Hello, welcome. Shiny and Otak. Wow. The OVA are out in force. Good to see you guys. I was saying, Lucy, if you want to post your Twitch channel here, feel free. Because I was saying that you stream as well. Right. Smoja has improved a lot. I am very impressed. Nice defense. It's not falling for that either. There we go. Nope, I missed. He's also patient with his riposts. Yeah, he's not early countering. Yeah, he's... No, I tried to gamble that. Not the play. Nearly dragging me there, but... There we go. Trying to get past this thing's terrifyingly huge counter window is not easy. I'm not even talking anywhere, am I? Because... There we go. Well played. Man, ship players are pretty good in EU, aren't they? Or I'm bad. One of the two. Alright, looks like we should be ready to go pretty soon. We're definitely not going to wait for the server to count down because we have 50 minutes left, so we'll just wait. Until then, I do apologise. There's going to be a bit of waiting. Can't be helped. Oh, what's this? It's Seki. There he is. The Spearman. I don't think there's many players out there who can make someone rage as hard as him with his playstyle. That spear is absolute pain. It's not easy to use it effectively in duels, but yeah, he's certainly found a way. Who else we got here? Big Vad Ruya. Someone from OVA can tell me if what that translates to. My French is not very good. It's Palm. My old sensei. Ah, look, it's Astro. Shout out to Astro. One of our top players. He is going to kick my ass. And he's not gonna fall for this either, like he's... You can't... Oh, he just sidestabbed me with a Danax. Oh. Oh, he gambled me. Yeah. This is a caliber of player that's gonna be... I have... Doesn't fill me with confidence. Come on, Astro. There we go, there's one. It's almost no point jabbing him either because I had a feeling he'd go for a gamble, but he's trying to back hit me. Ah, well played. Yeah, shouldn't have kicked him. Well played. Getting rusty there. You have, honestly, Sansa, you have no idea. Don't even get me started. We are beyond. We are beyond that. There was a point, I want to say around January, well, I think objectively I could claim I was actually like pretty good. For like, you know, 3 weeks. I was feeling very good about myself. And then yeah. Not anymore. There's an element of how do I put it? I mean, it's kind of the thing with a lot of competitive things in life, right? Sports or esports or whatever you want to call them, or refer to, but diminishing returns, where if you want to get better and better, you have to put in more and more hours. And I mean, to be fair to the best players, they put in those hours and they're the best. So that's why they beat everyone. But yeah, it's you don't get to get good at this game for free. I'll say that much. You got to put in the work. Even Fritz, even Astro, you know, people think, oh, these guys are just so good at the game. I mean, they are. They have the talent. But if you look at the hours they played, even Fritz these days has quite a lot, I think. And Astro, I also know, has a lot of hours too. I mean, he's level 1000, so, you know, it's got a lot. So is Anchor. So yeah, it's the skill. I mean, you know this. Right? Silencer will know this as much as anyone. It's from Mordhau and Shiv 1. The best players are the ones who just put in the work. Palm actually here's a Shiv 1 bet, so he took a lot of that with him when he came to Shiv 2. He's actually one of the best players at the time. When's the war? I think we're waiting for the server to fill up with all our players before we start the match. I think we're nearly there. Yeah, what is it? Oh, yeah, very good. I got rocked. But yeah, I think we should be ready to go any moment now, hopefully. I don't see any indication that, yeah, anything has changed. Okay, we've ended the lobby. Okay, I think we're good to go, guys. I think we are ready to start the match. I put that there. That should be enough to make the timer visible. We'll keep an eye on it. So, I believe this one is Team Deathmatch on Wardenglade. Which, I think most of you will... Thank you for the follow, Magic Trashcan. And Otak and Lucy Shane, thank you all. So, anyone who's played Shiv should recognize this match, or this map, because it is the tutorial. I'll tell you what, the first time I played this in the tutorial, I lost. I didn't know what I was doing. I lost to a whole team of bots. And I was like, I can't have that, so I tried again, but that was kind of set the tone, really. And then, okay, there we go. And then I tried doing an actual match with other players, and as we all know how that goes, just instantly got killed. Everyone's allowed to FA the cameraman. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, I do agree with that philosophy. Okay, and we're off. So, this should be pretty... Well, there's no tactics really. Whoever gets the most kills wins. First to 500, I think. Or whoever has the most in 10 minutes. Now, timer is more of a factor. It's rarely a factor when it comes to public matches because there's so many deaths happening because the teams are 64 players. But these are smaller teams, the time is quite long and the kill requirement is very high, so it wouldn't surprise me if it just comes down to time and whoever gets the most kills. So Alex is saying the numbers are meant to be 200. I'll explain it, because 500 is very high. We can go one or two ways about this. We can either keep an eye on the number of players, which I think they're going to do, otherwise just let the timer run down. But I think we'll see. Maybe Alex is saying that we're just going to do the 10-minute timer and we'll go from there. Let's keep an eye on Palm, because throwing knives are very good in this game, in this particular match. It's a very open map, which means it's easy to pick off targets. Expect a lot of throwables. We might even have a limit on how much they can be abused. Actually, we've had that in some matches, I'm not sure. There he is. Come on, Palm. Let's see a knife. Ooh, nice. There's the knife, there you go. And the other thing too is that because the boxes are by the team spawn points, it's very safe to restock your ammo. Hey Plumpy. Can you show leaderboard when everyone is in? Yeah, I certainly can. Looks like we have an imbalance, so I need to fix that. But yeah, there you go. Gokboro, Gokboru, sorry. Who's in Custodes? Oh, I didn't realize. Very, very strong tier player, and a very good duelist, to be fair. 6-0, so let's see if we can keep an eye on him. There he is, with the Battle Axe. Battle Axe is an interesting one. It can be good in team objective because it's so good at killing players in one hit, but the range is very short, which is actually a big negative. It doesn't matter so much in duels, but in yeah, in team objective it can be a problem. You'll take a lot of team damage as well, just trying to get in front of them to land the hit. So you have to be very mobile using shorter weapons, from my experience. A lot of flanking, which he's doing, to be fair. As you can see, he's not sticking with the crowd, he's trying to get around them. There you go. Oh, wrong team. Well, this will explain as well, because it means that he won't get caught. Oh, is that an archer I see? Oh, let's enjoy this, guys. Oh no! No, not like this! Oh dear. Ah, I was kind of looking forward to seeing that archer get devastated, but... Oh, look at Sun God. See how the Americans do. Got a war club there, that's interesting. From Young with the war club. War club is actually okay in team objective. It's got the range and the speed, like I said. It's good against knights. Oh yeah, the league covers the score. It's a fair point, but yeah, okay. There you go, Gingy. I'm just going to hide this banner. At this point, it's not really adding anything, is it? I'm just gonna... yeah. Let's see. Hide? There you go. Ta-da! Alright, so looks like Masons are winning. But not by much. But they are winning. We see the kills each. Yeah, Mason's just a little bit ahead. But there's a long way to go. And we're definitely not going to get to 200 kills. So we're actually nearly halfway through the match. 10 minutes is really not that long, so it's fine. Don't want this to take forever, do we? We've got another match to go afterwards. So you've got Fritz with an Executioner's Axe. So here's a fun tip I learned from MJ. I'm sure those of you in EU know him as the Guitars man. Executioner's Axe is arguably the best weapon in horse modes, because a heavy slash with an X-axe on a galloping horse will kill any class in one hit. And it's the weapon that is fast, but fastest that can do that. So, and it's also got a lot of range. So yeah, if you ever play horses, apparently, use an Executioner's Axe. And you'll just farm kills like it's nothing. Oh, Dazzle Corsten using the DLC armor. Ah, got comboed there with the heavy mace. That's not an unfamiliar sight, is it? There's a lot of chaos happening here, but you know what? Masons were winning, but now Agatha's made a huge push and actually overtaken the lead by quite a bit. So let's see if they can keep up the momentum shift. I think the Mason spawn point was held for quite a while, and it gave them a chance to really push in. But as you can see, Agatha's completely dominated the Mason side of the pitch, which is really not good because it does a few things. One, it's well, it's psychologically, you know, it's really bad. It's also an indicator that the Agathians aren't dying. It also is area denial because it makes it hard for the Agathians to take this restock. Also the Masons, I should say. So it tends to be a pretty bad sign if the opposing teams manage to get into your spawn in this match. And so far, it is actually turning into quite a, I don't want to say a rout yet, but after an early lead from the Masons, it's getting quite one-sided actually. Looks like ahead by about 20 kills with 3 minutes to go. So yeah, the Masons need to turn this around pretty fast, otherwise it's going to be over. And not much of a change. Okay, here comes a Mason wave. Again, let's see if they can make a good push. And in fairness, it's not entirely the Agathians' way if they hold this, because it's going to be hard. They're far from their own respawn point, so it's harder for them to keep the numbers up, and also it's harder for them to heal and to restock. So the advantage should be with the Masons as long as they can get their act together and push back and maybe counter-attack. And we're seeing that here. And the score's closer than it was, so yeah. It's not over yet. A couple of minutes to go, but we'll still go either way. This could actually be really close. Seeing a bit of a momentum shift here. And heavy maces galore. Lots of knights. Which makes sense, because knights are, say, being tanky helps in these sorts of things. It's not just... Okay, so people think, right, knights aren't really as tanky as they're supposed to be because they take so much modifier damage from blunt and chop weapons. This is true. But there are a lot of advantages to the knight indirectly. So, for example, team damage. You're going to get lots of it in these sorts of situations, and having a knight just means you can take more of it. Vanguards melt so quickly to team damage, because they just have a lower HP pool. Firepots is another one, where they can take a lot more firepot damage and it doesn't mean so much. So the knight is actually, arguably, in my opinion, tankier in team matches than it is in duels. And they also have access to the Warhorn, which is probably the most broken ability in the game. Banners aren't so useful here because there's not many choke points, so it's hard to sort of cluster around it. And firepots as well, without any choke points, aren't going to do as much. They aren't going to be as effective at catching people out. So yeah, I'd say in this case it makes a lot of sense to have a knight. Or an ambusher like Palm's using. And a spear because it's broken, so I mean, yeah, there's a lot of... Okay, Smoja, there he is, look at him. With his Highland sword. Another really good weapon. I mean, there's no sword with a longer range, right? It's not even close. Nearly as long as a spear. So good at 1vx. But nothing will defend you being hit in the back. Good feint there. More jumping spear attacks. Disgusting. There's Steve. Ah, you can't. And there's the downside of the spear. It's not very good at 1vx. Yeah, that's a fair point, GG. Teething issues. We'll compile various things we can improve over the next few weeks, but yeah, there's a few things we can fix. I completely agree. And GG. And it looks like the winners are Agatha. So after an early lead by the Masons, they completely flipped it around and took the win. So, I suppose that means that they will have the choice to attack on the last match of the day. Trying to remember, actually someone in chat can probably remind me, who are they attacking? Because I can't remember. If we have a look at the map, actually we can have a check. So, thank you Bagel Be Toastin 54 for the follow. Welcome. Right, so it looks like, correct me if I'm wrong, we've now got the Agathians attacking Aberfell? Is that right? Please let me know. But that's what it looks like from what I can see here. Should be very fun. Aberfell's a nice map. I actually really like it. I think it's very, very pretty. Also begs the question which team they're fighting as well. I'm not entirely... Oh, that must be the Wolves. So... Okay. Oh, the server is closed. Alright, well, let's see how it goes. I'll wait for the server details. Yeah, the server's closed down. Okay, I'll wait for the new server to be set up and then we'll go from there. But yeah, it looks like I think we're going for this Aberfell map, server in the bottom left. Yeah, should be good. Hope you're enjoying it so far. The good news is so far it's actually been pretty smooth. Most of the issues have actually been with the overlay, but we can tweak that easily enough. But yeah, matches have been going pretty nicely. It's been a while since we've done something like this. I was saying this is really an iteration of, or like an evolution of League Clan Wars, which we held, I believe it was 2023, a couple of years ago now, and basically very similar format. We had a map, different teams, and it was really popular. And we had a lot of signups. And Legatus, who's again shout out for coming up with this idea, wanted to do sort of a step further and have a sort of more even more grandiose version of that. And here we are today. So this is months in the works, like literally months. It was quite a while ago now that Legatus actually came to us and said, "Hey, I'd like to do this," and I thought it was perfect. Again, shout out to Palestra for being the organisation that is kind of hosting this, kind of working with Citadel to put together, and shout out to Fiefdom who are sponsoring this. I believe that there's some sort of prize for the winning team. I think it might be keys for early access for Fiefdom, so go check it out. It's a many slasher game that's in development and is going to be in early access soon. To get the keys, oh thanks, son. So yeah, go check it out. It's similar to Mordhau, I understand, but it's got a few mechanical changes, and it has magic as well. So if you're into that sort of thing, it should be really good. And it has a very team-oriented sort of mode. It's got seasons, I think, where you pick a team for the season, and whichever team has the most points at the end. It's kind of like this, almost. So yeah, it looks really promising. Yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to Ad Mortem as well, and Silencer, who's in the chat with us today. Another melee slasher coming soon. I'm sure that Silencer is bound to an oath of silence as to the details of it, but I've heard it's what I have heard about it is all good stuff. So yeah, I'm sure you all know about it anyway. The trailer looked really excellent. Silencer, if you want to post the one of the trailers for Ad Mortem in the chat, feel free. And those of you who have been living under a rock can go give it a watch. Thanks. And let's see. Paid ads. I don't actually know if this. I don't think this channel actually has partner yet, to be fair. I have no idea, so it's not my channel. It's kind of nice as well. Like we've had externally sponsored Shiv events are rare, to put it mildly. We get Torn Banner support for like in-game prizes and stuff, but external sponsors we've not done a lot of. Could have asked your Citadel channel. Oh, it's true, Adam, but you know, we're going to bigger and better things. Got this one with its fancy curtains. Look at that. But yeah, we've had sponsored tournaments in the past. We had one 5v5 tournament a couple of years ago in NA. That was sponsored by Metafy, the esports coaching website. So that was pretty cool. Same server and password. Oh, okay, right. I'm doing the same again. Let's log in. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. My bad. Okay. In we go. So, all right. Let's see. Let's see how long it takes. Hopefully, this won't take too long because the teams should, in theory, already be ready. So it shouldn't really matter. Oh dear, my aim is embarrassingly bad, isn't it? There we go. Whoever jabs last gets the kill. There we go. Or gets the hit, I should say. So yeah, hopefully we'll be ready to go very shortly. This is the anchor get-up, I think. So yeah, shout out to him. Oh. A war club from Jizuzo. I've never seen him use a Vanguard ever. Everyone falls for this one. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh. But if I miss, it's not going to achieve anything, is it? I need to get back on aim labs. Light drag. No, he's too far away. No, sorry. Oh, MK's here. Oh, you still see map. Sorry, you're not missing much, but thank you. What even other teams that are fighting? It's Wolves and I think it's this one. Yeah, I'm suffering. Thanks for letting me know. Take my word for it. I won those 2 fights. Just trust me, bro. I mean, I did, but it doesn't matter anyway. I probably just got lucky. But Adam sucks, so if I lose this, then he got lucky. That's kind of how it works. Oh, nice Axel. Yeah, that's right. I gambled. What are you gonna do about it? Oh no. He kicked me. Unforgivable. It's got good reactions actually. You can react to the jab. Oh, handle hit. He's jabbing me. It's got a good drag with that axe. Yeah, he got me. Well played. It appears he is teabagging me. We can't have that. Oh, we've only got 1 minute left. How am I going to? I have to kill him before then. Where are you, boy? There you are. There we go. GG. Alright. On we trot. Can someone just help me get my head in gear here? Which teams are fighting so I can put the right names on? Because I'm not sure it's the same teams. If anyone knows, let me know, please. Actually, you know, I'm Ross. What teams are fighting? Maybe someone knows here. Oh, does it now? Some nostalgia for you. Absolute chaos. No, it's good. I think we're ready to go. Let's go into spectate. Oh well, when I can.
The raid on Aberfell.
Spectate. Let's
Commence
see.
the raid of Aberfell. The Masons must pay for the desecration of Gallencourt. Take the village.
I'll
Conquer the
move
Highlands,
this
and
to
destroy the
avoid
heretics' ancient stones.
confusion and yep. Oh really? Okay, well I'll take that as a compliment. It's very flattering. So going okay so far, to be fair. We the downtime between matches is completely unavoidable, so it can't be helped. Unless we had like 6 servers or something running at once on standby, which would be an extraordinary waste of money. So yeah, that's not there yet. Ah, and here's our boy Astro with a one-handed sword and knives. Oh, that's interesting. Astro is so we know him predominantly as like, you know, this awesome duelist, one of the best duelists, incredibly good mechanically, but he's actually a sneaky little bugger when it comes to TO and LTS. He's not above using a few dirty tricks, so it'll be interesting to see what he does. But yeah, throwing knives, he's not above that sort of thing. Speaking of which, more of those. So this objective is not free. I've seen it get stopped even at the start of the match, but I think for this particular level of team, I don't think it should be that hard. See if the pigs clip though. Sometimes they can clip and be impossible to pick up, which is always a pain. Like that one, for example, should have been inside the container. It can be a bit glitchy, so we'll see how that goes. The actual hardest objective definitely is the last one, at least in public matches. I don't know why, but the timer for the killing the druids at the end is ridiculously short. It's not just short, but it's hard capped as well. So I think it's capped a couple of 2 or 3 minutes. And even if you're over that, normally beating a stage adds time, but it actually takes away time if it's over the hard cap. And it's a very short time as well. Very, very rarely do I even see a successful clear in public matches to kill the druids. And they can go out of bounds where the masons can't follow them. It's very difficult to stop. But we'll see how it goes, one step at a time. And like I said, it doesn't matter hugely, since even if they don't succeed in attacking, because no one succeeded in attacking today, it's been a very defense-sided day today. Which in my mind speaks to the quality of the teams, because, I say, you need to have good teamwork to be good in defense, rip. We know that ship players can't swim. Oh, I don't know if he got away with that. I don't think that actually worked. There's quite a few of these now which are, yeah, he just has to chuck them in. And, yeah, I don't know if that even counts, but for whatever reason, they're being a bit funky. Yeah, that one goes in. Yeah, okay, so it's a good job there just cleaning them up. Looks like Agatha's doing okay so far, but it does get harder at this point because the, oh, nice pass. I don't know if you saw that. He chucked him down. Yeah, he's feeding them. Really clever. And he needs to be fast because, yeah, he's getting chased. But the first set of pigs and peasants are very near the boat, and they get further and further away. So eventually, you actually have to go quite far outside the objective to get them, and that's when it can get really difficult. So we'll see if we can pull it off, because you see all the way over there is the last pig. It's pretty far, and the spawn point comes from there as well for the masons, so it can be a bit of a challenge getting there. I was going to kick him in the sea. But I think there's 3 more. That's going to go right. Yeah, we're nearly there now. Just need to see a couple of warhorns going off. There's nothing sadder than 2 warhorns colliding and one negates the other. Oh, to use a longer time in comp, that makes sense. I hope that they do. I kind of assumed that they would here, because otherwise the map would never be won. We had this discussion, actually. We talked about balancing. Not every map in the game is in this map, in this tournament, because some of them are just too imbalanced. So even the ones that we have allowed, we've talked about the balancing issues, and I presume if we consider that there are some which are too awkward, we would change the timer accordingly. I'll hope that they did that here. I hope they remembered to anyway. Yeah, there's the objective. Well played. Alright, so on we go, and this is the tower. This is always very entertaining when it blows up. You always have to suspend your disbelief that the Agathians would put all these explosive barrels at their watchtower ready to be lit. But... or the Mason, sorry. Hey, it's gotta go some way. So this tower is very good fun, like I said, especially if people are inside it when it explodes, but that probably won't happen here because there's not much benefit to being inside the tower, to be honest. Maybe some archers could go to the top, but... I mean, this guy clearly thinks differently, so... fair enough. Oh, that is genius. That is absolute genius. Oh my god. That's the sweatiest thing like I've seen today. So he went to the top of the tower, then he jumped down and put some bees there, I guess. But he jumped down and put the banner here so no one could reach it. And it will still, the radius will still heal people like right on top of the objective. Man, that is... I'm kind of lost for words. I don't want to say some people are a bit too good at this game, but... you know... It's absolutely diabolical. Okay, it looks like the Masons are still holding strong really, really well here. Probably thanks to that banner, to be honest. And they put the barricades, although... I don't know if that's doing much, because as you can see, they can kind of just walk past. And it's currently being lit, and now's the point where you have to get bodies on there. There's a fire pot, which actually makes it harder to ignite again, I suppose. It's very, very good to put banners on the checkpoint. Bees as well, they do passive damage, not as much, but it lingers for a very long time. It's a good job by the engineers here to call this off. Engineers are, in some ways, the best class in the game for these sorts of matches, and they're criminally underused. Or at least underused correctly. But you'll see, especially if you have like a very good group of players in a public match who are good with engineers, they can just completely lock down a match. It's really impressive. So it's what you expect of a good competitive team, to be able to use their engineers properly. It's really important. Here's Zeki with his spear. Okay, so it looks like this is going pretty well. The thing with the timer on this explosive is... okay, and here's Astro just camping it to make sure it stays ignited. And that's a really good idea because the timer doesn't reset on this particular explosive. It actually has checkpoints where if you get past a certain point, you don't have to keep it ignited for so long. So as long as you keep the pressure on, you will eventually build up that timer, in theory. And I would suspect this is going to explode very shortly. So let's keep an eye. And you only have to get one. So once you've ignited one, it can kind of be worth it to just pile onto that side and not let it get diffused. And lo and behold, away it goes. Look at those. Look at that physics. Beautiful stuff. And now we get to the... well, man, it's called a hamlet. This is the saddest hamlet I've ever seen. I guess you can 1, 2, 3 houses. So yeah, but capture it all the same, they must. This is again one of those sort of, yeah, they are small, I suppose, yeah. It's medieval times, everything was kind of less populated. But yeah, so this one is basically, again, a sort of TDM style. Whoever can get the most bodies on wins. One thing that you want to make sure you do is actually make sure you're within the perimeter of the fence, because otherwise you don't count towards the objective. It's very easy to get sort of distracted and fight outside the boundaries, but you won't actually achieve much in terms of the objective. You want to get all the bodies on there. Funnily enough, actually, this is a situation where I see a lot of archers in matches who will camp outside to shoot people, thinking they're doing really well because they're getting lots of free kills. They actually end up losing because they're not killing people as fast as, because they're permanently down a player if someone's always outside, and they can't kill people fast enough to compensate for that, so eventually the team loses. So this is very much a get a melee weapon and get in there and just hold your ground. It's more important to be there than to kill people, in mathematically speaking. Palm appears to have disconnected. Or gone AFK, rip. There's Marlius, I believe. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, John Custodes as well. Wow, Custodes really building a strong bunch of duelists. Strong contingent of duelists. Got a Warhammer here with the medium shield, which can now be used with the Warhammer. Absolutely disgusting, but... It's very strong in the sense that you still have a lot of health buffer, but you can now jab for more damage. It's kind of... It's very strong. Okay, looks like they're building up now for the Agathians. I think, yeah, they've pushed pretty nicely. There's almost no Masons left. So this will probably build up really quickly, and I think this objective is a goner. See, there's a Mason spawn from the side, so maybe they can catch him in the back. Especially because they're slightly overextending, to be honest. But they're coming back fine, so it's, yeah, they're coordinating very well. They've got their eyes on things. Now, let's see if the Masons have to kill quite a few of them now to change the objective back to being held by the Masons, so I don't think they have time. At least they don't have a lot of it. I think they'll be okay, the Agathians. Let's see Astro with his war axe. Very good. Alright, and on we go. Okay, so this is another objective where, and again, this is quite common, where we're now at the penultimate objective, albeit this is a very, very long objective, where a lot of public matches, this actually ends in the defense's favour. And that's a very clever use of the spike trap there to not have to... Normally you have to pull the stones down, but as you can see, they just use a spike trap to jump over, probably trying to get a quick kill, but I don't think they succeeded. I think they got caught out. But yeah, the thing with this one is, and again we talked about this, choke point objectives are the hardest for attack. This is just a set of choke points, because this objective is very exposed. You can't defend yourself when you're doing it, because you have to interact with it. You can put a fire pot on it, you can put barricades around it, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, maybe, yeah, 5 or 6 of them. So yeah, it's very difficult. Got a couple of good pushes in there. And in fairness, like, it's designed that way. It's designed that way because the way that Torn Banner wanted to design their objectives and the way they balanced them. Oh no, he's got crushed. I don't know if you saw that. Oh, that looks so painful. Bandaging as he got absolutely flattened. Oh, rest in peace. But yeah. I don't know if these okay, so here's the thing. You can put these there, but if you put... I don't know if that happened here. You can interact with this and sort of morph through the barricade, and then they can't hit you. So, yeah, NG sold that. I suspect you're right. You don't want to put barricades like that. That actually is the way not to do it. Because again, if you interact with something, you can phase through objects. But yeah, as I was saying, Tom Banner designs these maps where the first objectives are the easiest and the last objectives are the hardest. The idea being that they want their maps to ideally play out as much of it as possible, because no one enjoys a map that's over in 5 minutes. They want everyone to have all the objectives, but to have the last objective be, you know, very difficult to win, or at the very least balanced. And it makes sense, right? Because again, the defense only has to win one objective, attackers have to win all of them, so it's not that big a deal. If you had just one objective and made it super hard, it wouldn't be any easier, so... See a lot of the challenges come at this stage in the game. That being said though, actually, really good progress for the attackers. That one's down, that one completely undefended. This one now really is the hotspot. And then that one always at the end is a complete dogfight because everyone's appearing there, but this one's going down as well. I've got to say, the Agathians seem a fair bit more coordinated, I want to say. At least by appearance, from what I can see. They're just doing such a good job of just swarming the objectives, and it doesn't look like the Masons are able to hold them back at all. Yeah, it's just absolutely tearing through. Let's have a look at the scores. Zeki and Steve with their spears at the top, absolutely no surprise. Alex doing very well, it's quite nice. But as you can see, actually, it's a chance to look at this. If you look at the KDs of everyone, even the players who are pretty high up, they're not particularly high. Because everyone's really good, and say, you're going to average about a 1-to-1 kill-death ratio when you're facing these sorts of levels of players. So, these are the best players, but the scores aren't going to really reflect that in a way. Such is the nature of competitive TO. But what really is impressive is the coordination. That's really where they shine. You can see how much better they are at sort of using strategy over, say, like a public match. Yeah, they are. This guy's taking one for the team. He's just going to push it through the fire. Yeah. It's worth doing, to be honest. No, yeah, good. More fire. So this is why this objective is very hard, because you only need one fire pot to basically shut this down, or at the very least make it very difficult to... Yeah, because like, he'll get one push in. Well, or not. But as you can see, there's going to be enough people, in theory, to just keep fire pots on this objective, and it just makes pushing it over nearly impossible, because they'll just die as soon as they try. No fire pots now, though, and it looks like there's a bit of a gap, and there they took the opportunity, and they got it nice, and someone else gets crushed by the... but by the rock. That's always very funny. And we're on to the last objective, and I'm glad to see they've made the timer something reasonable this time, not 3 minutes or whatever it is normally. You're calling the Steve clutch at the end as a VIP. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty safe bet, to be fair. Right. So how many? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish VIPs. I will say, from memory, these are relatively small teams, 16v16. It's only half the size of like a 64-man TO. I think smaller teams have more of an advantage when it comes to survival objectives. At least that is the case in Coxwell, but it's harder to get, you know, people die less when there's less bodies around, and if your job is to not die, well, you know. That being said, though, Boro is very, very hurt. He needs to go back and heal if he can. There's not many VIPs because there's not many players, so each one will be a huge loss. And it looks like one has died already, actually, looking at the objective. Delays. Well, fair enough, Larsa. You clearly know your stuff, so, you know, I'll defer to your expertise. I always thought that I've seen a lot of objectives fail in the last stone, but again, maybe that's just not the full potential of the attack is being realized. Okay, so the VIP is clumping up together at the back nicely, which is kind of what you want to see, although I think I just saw another one go down. To be fair as well, though, even though there's less people, which does mean there's less people to defend the VIPs, which means they're going to have to get into the action more. You can often see in the 64-man team objectives where the VIPs can just sort of hide. There's not enough. There's too much time for that, and also because the time is quite long this time. But also, you say they're probably going to have to get in there, otherwise all their teammates are going to die. And they are VIPs. They're very good fighters. They don't get flinch, and they have more HP, so there is a benefit to using them, but obviously if you die, you're going to lose the match, so you've got to find that balance. Some nice Fritz getting a good swing in there, but so it's hard to get much more than that. Since we have a follow from Peaches and Shape-Shifting Cow, Cam2. Yeah, thank you all for the follows. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying it. We're at the last match of the day, so hopefully we'll go out with a bang. We're at 4 minutes, and we're about 40% down with our VIP, so they're doing a pretty decent job of whittling them away. The VIPs do get a crate, a bandage. No, sorry, they do get a bandage, but they only get one, I think. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. But I do think they get a bandage, but there's no crates around here, which means they can't actually restock their bandages. Unlike, say, the Duke, who could just eat food and stay alive. There's pretty much only 1.5 health bars worth of buffer for these guys before they die. So it's inherently a bit harder for them to stay alive. See Alecks there, sort of hiding behind the pillar. There is a thing you can do. There's something like a 20-second out of bounds timer. When you have about 20 seconds left, you can just run away out of bounds as the VIPs. So if they can get to that point, they'll probably win. But we've got a while to go still. One bandage and a fire pot. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, fire pot still, yeah. Never used that ever. It's pretty handy, though. Maybe not as much in this sort of layout of a map, because it's very open, but still could be useful. Okay, it looks like we've got one or two more of them down. To be fair, in terms of how much time has passed, this is actually pretty close. So, let's see, we've got Alecks left. Where is the other druid, or is he the only one left? Because if he's the only one, he's in a lot of trouble. Because everyone's just going to swarm him. Luckily, VIPs don't take team damage, because could you imagine? They'd get killed by their own team instantly, just being completely surrounded. Alright, Alecks doing a very good job here, but the question is, will the Agathians catch onto him and just get... They only need to get 2 heavy swings and he's dead. There's actually not that much margin. Although they're throwing some healing packs on him and he's got the banners, so he's healing up quite fast. Very fast. And honestly, the Agathians don't seem to have a sort of a good inroad to him yet. See, the odd person gets through, but that's not really what you need. Oh, it was a good attempt at a special, but he did miss. Oh, and he takes a big hit there, and that's exactly what I mean. You only have to take a couple of strays, gets hit by an archer as well, and all of a sudden his health is really low again. This could be over in a flash, and he's getting attacked. Oh yeah, okay, there's been a big push here. Let's see. Let's see, Alecks, come on. Let's see your 1vx skills. Did a good job there. And Alecks has to play super defensively. He doesn't need to be killing people, he needs to not die. He has a higher stamp pool as well because he's a VIP. He just needs to play self-preservation, and he's doing a good job with it as well. Got those banners there as well to keep him topped up. There's an archer shooting at him. He almost got him there. Or maybe actually, no, did he get him? It's hard to tell. Still making a push. Not, again, it's a question of... Ah, and he gets... That's a nice swing in the back. And he has to be super careful. But again, there's more Mason bodies here than Agathians, so it's not looking... Yeah. Getting one person through is not going to work because everyone's on him and they're just defending him, so they just get instantly swamped. They're using fire pots, but none of them have landed either, which is a bit unfortunate for the Agathians. If they had, then they could chip him down. He's got 10 seconds left. He's okay. He's going to run out of bounds. Yeah, it's GG. Run out of the map. Yeah. He's got it. Oh, he got hit by the knife. It's not going to do it. But yeah, he's won. That's GG. Well played. So it looks like it's another win for defense. So, somewhat surprisingly, absolutely no one succeeded in attacking today, which means no one wins any points. So, I guess the biggest progress was the guys who won the gate. But beyond that, yeah, everyone held strong. So it's going to be a really hard battle for everyone to try and make some inroads in this match, in this tournament, I should say, because defense seemed to be sweeping. But really well played by them. There's some really good matches there. Very high quality. See, really good coordination by the players. We know mechanically they're all really good. They're as good as you can get when it comes to Shiv, but like working as a team, everyone really did show pull their weight really, really well. So that was really good. Hey Lucy, well played. But yeah, that was really nice. Really happy with that. So I guess we can expect more of the same next week. And I think, unless there is anything else to do, tell you what, Alecks, if you're in the VC, I'm going to hop into the Citadel. I'll be in the event org VC if you want to talk, and I'll be here. And if you have anything to say, otherwise I'll log off shortly. But yeah, besides that, it went pretty well. It was really well played. So there'll be more of that next week. Well, the teams will now have a week to sort of compose themselves and think about what they're going to do strategically, what maps they're going to attack and defend, etc., etc. and they're also going to use their territorial actions, which are basically like non-combat related sort of actions where they can use it to gain their influence points. And as a reminder, 6 weeks long, each turn people can attack another map. They can use various actions to farm points, use their class abilities for their teams, and at the end of the 6 weeks or 6 rounds, the team that has the most influence points will win the match. So yeah, it's going to be a long haul. We've got a while to go, and I will try and stream as much as I can. I don't think I can do everything, but I'll try my best. Alecks will also stream. We've got this channel which will glaze a Swushii as you wish, Palm. You are a wonderful person, and you're the best, and you're my favorite chef. How's that? But yeah, really good so far. Can I have a look? I guess we don't have time to make an updated map yet, but we might as well have a look at the map anyway. I mean, it doesn't matter. We don't need to update it. No one's actually taken any territories. We've got the Agathians on this gate, I suppose. So people have to sort of reset and think about what they're going to do. But beyond that, I guess that's a wrap. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. It's really I had a really fun time. A really good format. I think that went really well. And yeah, thank you, PJuice, again for the follow. I think I gave you a shout out already, but yeah, thank you everyone who followed today. It was a lot of you. Really appreciate it. Glad that you're all here and enjoying the show. And yeah, I guess we'll see you next week. Either it'll be from me or from someone else. But until then, yeah, have a lovely weekend, and I will see you all next time. Take care.